Hello everybody, and welcome back to Space Engine. Today, to start out, I'm going to show you guys my graphical settings, because a lot of people have actually asked me about the graphical settings that I'm using, because apparently my game looks a lot better than theirs. So, this is the graphic setting, this is the display I have going on, this is the view I have, and yeah, that's pretty much it. If you can pause and look at this all you want. I haven't really fiddled with them all that much, except for maybe the exposure, but other than that, this is all the baseline stuff. So, now we have there, let's get back to the actual game. Now then, I was requested to go and explore various nebula. The hell is that? Oh, it's a Magellanic Cloud. So I'm at the Orion Nebula, as it stands here. So, let's see if I can find Eagle. Oh, I really butchered that word. Oh, wait. Crab Nebula. A lot of fun stuff in the Crab Nebula. And by fun stuff, I mean, wow, it's not looking as fun as I thought it would be. The Crab Nebula is actually a supernova remnant that was originally... Well, the actual supernova event was observed in ancient China, by depictions of a really bright star in this part of the sky, and once we developed telescopes we looked in that part of the sky, and lo and behold we found a large remnant of a supernova. Funny how that works. Ooh, what's that? Well, let's go there manually then. That would be... oh, okay. This should be the Horsehead Nebula. See if I can actually find the horse head structure. Oh. What? Oh, okay. Oh, there it is. I have no idea why that was doing what it was supposed to be doing, but it wasn't doing what it was supposed to be doing. Alright, let's see if I can actually find the horse head structure. I'm thinking it would be that little tuft there. I just need to, like, get it from the right angle. There we go. Da 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 da. The Horsehead Nebula in all of its prettiness. Yeah, it really is the three-dimensional structure. It only looks like what it does from one direction. That is fantastic. Alright, what do we have? What else we got on here? No. The Pillars of Creation, are those... I thought those were in the Orion Nebula, and they didn't show up in the game. I cannot see the Eagle Nebula. Let's do... oh my goodness. Neptune. Neptune 3. Oh, I wanna go to Neptune 3. Oh, it's a moon of Neptune. I can't see, I'm surprised. That technically actually makes... that numerically makes sense, but well, okay. You know, the dark spot on Neptune isn't there anymore. It seems to have dissipated since Voyager flew by it. But it looks a lot prettier with it, personally, and without it it's just a featureless disk with the occasional white cloud. It also has some of the... well, actually it does have the fastest winds in the solar system. Pretty brutal. Pretty brutal. Earth. That's a funny looking planet. Mars. Interesting. Mercury. Recently... oh, I forgot its name. Messenger? There we go. Messenger crashed into Mercury after its mission. There's Pluto. Let's go to Pluto. Since New Horizons is getting really close, and I'm all excited. Are you all excited? You should be excited. We're gonna get our first views of Pluto. And it's gonna be exciting. I'm excited. Very excited. Holy crap, am I excited. It's like first we get close-up views of Vesta and Sirius. Now we're gonna get close-up views of Pluto and Charon, and Nix, and all of its little things. It's gonna be fantastic. What else do we have going on here? Eris, Makemake. I know one of these was supposed to be like Sedna. I forgot what its original name was called. But it's like it was like a dwarf planet found outside of the orbit of Pluto that was found to be actually like bigger than Pluto. And it was like its discovery was one of the first things that made us demote Pluto. And by us, I just mean humans. Just because after discovering it, it found out that there were dozens and hundreds, thousands even, of objects around the orbit of Pluto and in the Kuiper Belt that were either bigger or whatnot, and it became clear that we cannot classify it as a planet, because if we did, we'd end up having to classify thousands of other objects as planets, and we'd end up having a solar system that has thousands and thousands of planets that aren't actually planets because they don't meet the criteria. But people still complain, because I guess changing, or I don't know, different things are hard. And what's this? Frozen Ice World. Oh, it's adorable. Speaking of change, I'm actually quite pleased. We had provincial elections here in my province recently, which is Alberta, and the Conservatives, after 44 years, got booted out of office because everyone's getting tired of their stupidity. It has been fantastic. So now we have the NDP as our provincial leaders, and the NDP is a New Democratic Party. They are a democratic socialist party, so I can actually say now that my province is now under socialist rule, which again works for me because I am a democratic socialist, so hey, why not? But for people who think that sounds scary because they still have Cold War views on politics, keep in mind that the level of socialism here is basically like the socialism you find in Norway and Sweden. Like, they're some of the most socialist countries going, and you don't, see them as being unhappy and evil. In fact, I think, well, I forgot who it is now, but I know Norway was the happiest country for the longest time. I think Sweden is now. Either way, it's like, I don't know, socialism isn't inherently evil. Communism is. Well, it isn't evil, but communism just doesn't work. It just really does not work. Actually, it's funny, if you actually read about, like, Marxism, you find that it's very much like anarchy. Like, it just doesn't work, because it goes against human nature, which is, like, we need to have structure. No, well, not all of us, but we generally have structure and, governance in our lives. What, are you serious? Whatever. It's like, because with communism, essentially what Marx was going for was a utopia where there was no money and no government, where everyone traded and bartered and worked in basically a collective good. And that sounds nice in theory. Unfortunately, it just does not work, because humans don't work that way. It's like, whenever you take away governance from a large group, you will always get factions or gangs formed, and they will form their own governments. And just because some humans just need to have a government, and some people need to be leaders, so it's like no matter how hard you try to remove government, we just naturally form government structures or leadership structures. So yeah, again, communism doesn't work. Also, it doesn't work because, well, the transition from a government to, what was I going to look up now? Like, the transition from a government to a non-government utopia. I think I find Eagle Nebula. Let's go to Orion. Requires there to be a government in place that kind of controls the party and kind of moves it towards where it's supposed to be. Unfortunately, people cannot handle that. If you give someone the power to do so, communism will very quickly turn into a dictatorship, or it'll turn into, like, it never works. It does not turn into what it's supposed to turn into. So yeah, for those who are afraid, just remember that communism is a kind of socialism, but socialism is not communism. They are both very different. One of them actually works, the other one does not. Capitalism works too, but again, capitalism can very easily turn into hyper-capitalism, like we see in the United States, and that is just as damaging as communism, because you get massive class divides and essentially just greed. People who would rather care about their own, there should be more structure here. Like, people who care more about their own well-being than that of the collective good. It's like, I always use healthcare as an example because like a lot of people don't like, or at least in America, don't like the concept of universal healthcare because it requires them to pay slightly higher taxes so that everyone gets universal healthcare. And it really confuses me how people seem like where they get this mindset where it's like, they don't like the idea of having to pay for other people's healthcare. It's like, yeah, sure, but you're not paying for their healthcare. You're paying a very, very small portion that across the country builds up to a large portion that is then goes towards paying for the healthcare. And even if so what? It's like paying a few extra dollars so that everyone, including low-income people, can get healthcare. That strikes me like that's a good thing for me because it's like not everyone can afford privatized healthcare. So it's like the concept where it's like, oh, you don't want to help other people just because, you have to pay a few extra dollars. It just seems, I almost want to say treacherous, like treasonous, but it's not. It's basically just greed. I don't know. Again, I'm all for the collective good. This is interesting. I was like the collective good of my country or the collective good of the human race. For one, it's like my own wants, desires, or needs come second between the needs for the race or the collective good. Just because that's just, I don't know. It's like if you only care about yourself, if something bad happens, it's like whatever. It's just yourself. You nothing. You just like basically lose your stuff and life goes on. But if something bad if something bad happens to the collective, the country or the planet or the species, then there's no life going on. Bad things happen. So you have to priorities basically. My priorities are to the collective good and not just to myself. Wow, this has gotten really deep. I need to find something more less political to talk about because I find that when I make political commentary or even just jokes, people take them too seriously and get mad at me and don't understand that they can just like turn off the video or not pay attention to what I'm saying. It's like not that hard. It's like I'm not telling you to choose a political ideology. I'm just talking about stuff. So it's like I'm not trying to be preachy. If I come off that way without life, no, it's binary, and then I apologize. I don't mean to. I have to be very careful here. So yeah, there we go. Politics. Socialism isn't really all that evil. It's just, especially in the United States and Western European countries, the term socialism, it has a really bad rap left over from the Cold War when the term socialism was a dirty word. So it's like it isn't like socialism isn't you have to pay all, like it isn't like you have to like give up your money to everyone else and spread it around. It's like no, if you work harder you make more money than the person who doesn't work harder. The only difference is your taxes go towards more stuff. And also big businesses do not have power, which is a good thing, but again, a lot of conservatives don't like that because it means that the rich executives have to pay higher taxes, and they don't like that. Honestly, it's like when you have a country where the big businesses run the show, that is not good, and that's hyper-capitalism. That's very damaging, and that's, I don't know, the United States is getting better. They're slowly moving away from that, slowly, but they are. But I'm just happy that my province is moving away from that. So we have a lot of oil and there we go, a lot of oil and resources here. So there's a lot of money in my province. So and a lot of the big businesses are getting upset because the new government is going to be taxing, or it's going to increase taxes for corporations and basically the rich demographic, so that the rest of the people can have more access to stuff, and they're going to be raising minimum wage, stuff like that, basically. Which works great for everyone else, but of course, if you're rich, it makes them mad because it means that they lose a very small amount of money. But I don't know. Again, greed is just a very damaging thing that's prevalent in quite a few cultures. But yeah, it's like because like when in a socialist environment, if you work harder or you have a better job, you will still make more money than other people. It's just, again, it's just the taxes are divvied differently. Okay, I think I need to turn off auto exposure or something. That's really weird. Graphics. Auto exposure off. Back. Planetarium. There we go. Oh, it's so pretty. I forgot how to, info? Yeah, there we go. Warm taro, it's abiogenic, marine and terrestrial, organic, multicellular. Wow, there's a lot of stuff here. This is a really nice looking planet. Well, let's land. But yeah, so it's like, again, socialism is different than communism, where everyone has to be pulled down to a singular level, so no one's different. Whereas in socialism, if you work harder, you make more money. If you have a better job, you make more money, and you're in a higher tax bracket because you are better off than everyone else. So basically, it's just like the more money you make, the more taxes you pay, but you still, you know, make and maintain more money than the other people. It's basically just the system is basically just to help. Well, again, it's a collective good. It's like if you make more, if you can afford higher taxes and you pay higher taxes, but that doesn't mean that you have to give all your money away and you become like, you know, like I don't know why everyone has this view of socialism as being this evil thing where if you are trying to make money, take all your money away. It's like, no, it's not. That's not how it works. In fact, I think only like Stalinist communism was like that, and Maoist communism, which was just actually Stalin's communism was dreadful. It was awful. So yeah, it's not evil. It's just different. People don't like change. What an interesting environment. What an interesting environment. Whoa. Actually, fun fact, on the political spectrum, socialism is closer to, or liberalism is closer to communism, technically yes, but conservatism is closer to fascism, so it's like everything in moderation. Conservatism works well if it's in moderation and doesn't go all the way to fascism, and liberalism works well if it's in moderation and doesn't go all the way to communism, because neither of those systems work, like, at all, as history has shown us. Again, a nice mix of everything, which is why I like democratic socialism, because it's basically, well, it's democratic socialism. It's like everyone has, it's basically just capitalism, where big businesses cannot run the show. That's essentially all it is. It's a lot more complicated than that, but still. 20 minutes and I've been talking about politics and I wasn't meaning to. I'm sorry. It looks like Mars almost. Whoa. Ah, oh, okay. Welcome to, wow. Oh, what's that one planet from Star Trek that this reminds me of? I can't think of it. Regulus? No, this is a volcano. No, Regulus didn't have an atmosphere, it was more of just an asteroid. It looks like a bit of a... had a bit of a caldera outflow at some point. It's quite the wide volcano. Looks like a zit. That's dreadful. Ah! Oh, there's more of them. Ah, damn it. I clicked outside the box, now it wants to go in one direction only. Well, shit. Oh, no, I fixed it. Yay! Oh, look at that. Another one with life. Zing. Ugh, I'm actually moving again, in 2 weeks. Yes, 2 weeks. I've been packing and moving boxes around the past, like, that's basically all this month so far, and quite a few weeks last time. How do I turn off labels again? That's timescale. That's not. Oh, that's not what I'm looking for. Whoa, cool. Ah. Ugh, it's not use auto exposure, it just breaks everything. Whatever, I'll just live with it. Alright, there's a planet here with life. Probably a moon at this rate. Oh wait. No? Isn't the Oceania? It's a moon of this. It's a cool desert with life. Oh goodness gracious. What have I done? Well, I can turn off the labels. Actually, it's kind of cool seeing all the orbits and stuff. Wow. Are those like little volcanoes? Like little atolls and stuff? Or are they just, no, those are just volcanoes, like the ones we saw previously. Okay, let's info this planet. We are looking at abiogenous, terrestrial, unicellular, so single-celled life forms. Wait a minute, is that ground or is that water? No, that's water. There's a bit of land here and there. Interesting. Let's land on this island chain, because why not? Oh, just straight in, yeah. Wow. Okay, I kind of wish I could turn off the labels. I know how to. I know the buttons here somewhere. Oh, that was the center button. I know it's around here somewhere. It's timescale, labels. That's the labels. That's the pointer. That's timescale again. That's exposure. Oh, I don't want to do that. I want to screw with this exposure. Oh crap. Oh, there we go. I'm at a loss. I'll have to fix that later. At any rate, we're at 21 minutes, so I should probably... Oh, Jesus. Oh my goodness. Wait a minute. I think I just discovered something about this planet. This isn't water at all. Ah. This is blue land. What the hey? Is the life blue? I guess it's just the frequency of light. Oh wait, I saw something. I guess the planets just evolved to absorb every frequency of light other than blue. Huh, cool. I always think that black would be one of the most practical plant colors. And some plants actually are black, but it makes more sense, because if it was black, that means it absorbs all the frequencies of light. Where if it's green, it means it absorbs every frequency of light other than the greens. But I would think that a black colored plant would be more efficient. I don't know. Anyways, thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed, or at the very least enjoyed the pretty scenery and just muted me. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and space.